Be live in a second. Almost. Alright, that should be it. I'll go off push to talk for this. See if it's working. I'll go off push to talk for this. Yes.
Alright, are you sure it can be two by?
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it says no frame, so I'm assuming it cannot. God.
Hello, NWL. You were right there, weren't you? Alright, guys, I can show you this now. This is the full setup. If you're watching. I don't know how much of a delay there is.
Close to 10 seconds.
Okay. But you can see the whole setup there. I will walk it through. The first machine over here takes these unspecified minerals that you can mine up, crushes it through all these crushing gears, which I've got feeding in spares as they break. There's 2 of those. And outputs, and right now I'm just creating this cracked coal, which actually that chest should have been here. It's going to be a bit of a mess, and I lost the chest because I'm in creative now. Let's put it over here. Is there a moving wand? I don't know. I made the pack. How about a cardboard box? There we go. Locks you up so nothing else goes in there. Oh, no. Ah. Alright. So these things should be going in here now. They will. Alright, so I'm just grinding up coal blocks to make these cracked coal, which I'm then go into these slurry ponds, which there's just a whole bunch here because I need a bunch of them. And then those get output into this gasifier burner, which turns it into raw syngas. Some should come by here. There it is. And then this tall one over here takes the raw syngas, makes purified syngas. I've got a holding tank. And that joins the whole network over here to go to a bunch of different places. This thing takes the syngas and some nitrogen, and that turns it into ammonia, so I have a tank for that. Then the ammonia comes in here, gets liquefied, and sent over here to be mixed with water and chloride-bearing compound. And that turns it into sodium cyanide. And then I use that and nitric acid over here to take these. There's a huge variety of these shards that you end up with. And each one has a number of different elements to it, and it gives you these percentages as to how much of each type of element is got in each shard. And putting them into this contraption breaks them down into their elements, which go into this storage system. And right now I've got it set up so that as soon as they reach a full dust's worth of each element, it gets output to this chest. And right now I'm manually bringing these over here to put them into this system, which is the same sort of thing. And on this side I've got a recipe dialed up, in this case for QB ingots, which is basically brass. And as soon as it has all the ingredients, right now it just made one, but now it's out of copper. But it'll make one as soon as it has all the parts. So this is where the output of this whole system is going. Now to get, I mentioned at some point, the nitrogen. That's a whole bunch of stuff over here. This block does compressed air. This setup spins it up and makes refined air, which then comes over to this thing.
My brain is exploding now.
I know.
It's like, oh my god.
And this makes cooled air, and then the cooled air comes over here to this two-towered monstrosity, which, where's its interface? Over here. Which you can turn it on and off these three settings. One creates nitrogen, one creates oxygen, and then the third makes all the rare gases: argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, krypton, and xenon. So I've got a tank each for the nitrogen. Oh, that's getting full. Oxygen, and then one each for all the other six, which there are only traces amounts of those. And then I also was using the oxygen over here. No, here. Yeah, oxygen. With some of the ammonia to make nitric acid. But I had enough, so I broke that connection because I needed the ammonia for the other process. I think the nitric acid, yeah, it goes over here. That's the other one. Oh, yes. Right now I'm crunching up the coal blocks to make syngas. But when you put the uninspected materials in here, let's do that. Stop it. Replace the input. This thing is a crusher, but it has multiple levels of crushing. And how much you're crushing it changes what you get. Like here at comminution level 1, you get silicate. Increase it, you get carbonate, sulfide, oxide. And each one of these results in it's called gang. So there's an arsenic gang, a borate gang, all the things that you see here give you one of these gangs.
The Bloods, the Crips, got it?
Yep. Turn that back on. And then I take the gangs over here. You plug them in this machine, and again, it's got a gravity level that you can set, which changes what's going to come out. Let's set it to 4 here, so I get all these different types of shards out of it. And I think it has stopped. It has, because it's out of the damn slurry agitators. Grab some slurry agitators. I have not automated these. Put one in each. Oh, that one's... yeah, there. It was just about to die. Alright. The ones that were broken have been fixed. So it goes through all that, and this one requires 4 different materials: sodium hydroxide, hydrochloric acid, water, and then these 2 are water vapor, which is coming from this setup right here.
That whole setup just for water vapor?
This is just to turn water into vapor. It comes from this kitchen sink. And the hydrochloric and sodium hydroxide are coming... I don't have this one. This is one of those setups where it would help to have multiples. This lab blender and this oven reactor can do multiple different things, and I've been switching between what they're doing. But making multiples would be useful, or using the computers that they have attached to them too. Because this whole sort of server system where you can set up recipes and have it cycle through them, but I haven't messed with it yet. And after you put the gang in there and it grinds it all up and you get some of these shards out the backside, it also comes out with this slurry. And then the slurry can go into another system very similar to the last one that takes the slurry and puts it through just 2 of these swishy chambers, and you get a whole lot more different pieces out of the slurry. And like I said, then these things go in here, get processed out to the elements, which can then be, in this case, sneaker knitted over here to make your final outputs. If I get one more of these QB ingots, I can upgrade this iron speed upgrade to the next tier to make it go a little faster. But probably not this one of the other ones. I think that's everything here.
I think that's enough.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous how much you have to do.
It seems like you don't get very much output for a mass amount of work to input.
Yeah, it's pretty slow, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything here is built with iron, gold, redstone, quartz, wood, and cobble, and sand. But I guess the idea is to use this mod to make difficult materials that you can use to then gate other things, but you have to do so much just to get to that point.
It would be good in an expert pack.
It would definitely be an expert pack. I mean, I could see this as being, this is how you start an expert pack. Not like sifting sand like so many sky blocks, but you have to build this first. Just using the book. And it's got a nice book. I mean, it takes you through the progression, what machines you need to make at each step. You can click on these and it tells you how to assemble the machine, which direction to face when you place each block, the different levels. And then it's got information about some of the individual items. And pictures of the completed unit to make sure it's right. It's got a few flaws in it, I found. A couple of mistakes. But that is it.
Wow.
And now for people in the chat. What did I miss? Never mind, don't even want to know. Says somebody who's looking at it.
Yeah, you said it, brother.
Tag Howard. Yep, I just wanted to show this off. This is Rockhounding mod with chemistry. It also adds, I've got a couple different mods here for the terrain. This is underground biomes that adds the different base rock and then these undulating layers. And then Rockhounding mod adds a whole bunch of other rocks like this and... no, that's clay. That's a marble. Here's porcelain jasper, yeah. So yeah, that is what the Rockhounding mod sort of can look like.
That has been your last several days.
Yeah, it took me 2 or 3 days to make this, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And it's just now giving me the output up over here. Well, I need more dust. Yeah, more copper. So I can come over here, toss the copper in, and it should make me another one of those ingots.
Now, can you show us real quick what the things that break on the inside are, that you had to up the durability because they were awful?
Ah, yeah. I did change the durability. Those are these 2 towers over here. They have these catalysts. The gold catalysts are easy enough to make, just 1 ingot of gold each in the presser. And the graphite catalysts were a little bit more complicated to get the graphite. But they were degrading in like 20 seconds. They were gone. And that was with a value of 1 in the config. So I upped it to 100, and now they're slowly going down. 100 might be a bit much, but I've got some spares over here. A lot of the materials to make everything in this mod you use this little guy here. Let me get some iron. By left-clicking, when you're not in creative, I keep doing that.
The modeling is pretty good in it.
Modeling is excellent. I love the modeling. Oop. Alright, so when not in creative, you can left-click to change what it's making. It's got piping, rods, foil, another type of rod, plates, gears, ingots. That's the the catalyst, coins, and another type of plate. Foil is when you use a lot of, and then you can right-click and block, it presses it, and right-click again to pick it up. I've done this a lot. Another nice thing that the mod adds for doing all the filtering of stuff, so like up here, no, down here, no. Where's a good spot for a filter? Here. So you want only water to come in here. Right now only water is going to go in there, but you can use this block, which has all of the fluids and gases in the game by letter. So if I want water, go to W, go to liquids, there's water, take this ampule, click it, it now says water. I come over here and say, alright, only water can go in this machine now. And it's frozen Minecraft for a moment. I don't think it was it wasn't what I did, it just every now and then it's been freezing. Very rarely though. That's probably not Minecraft that's causing it. Their piping system's not bad. I sort of like it. Oh, I'm not in creative anymore. These orange ones are the valves where things go in. And the blue ones are their output, and they're just turned on and off by crouch right-clicking. And with the filters, you can pretty much connect everything together into one big pipeline, and stuff only goes where it can. That way I can have, just one sink hooked up, and everywhere I need water, it just shows up.
That's pretty well done.
Because the filter's set. Yeah, the power stations are what are giving each one of these things its own power. You can put any sort of burnable on this side, and either redstone or feed it RF. And I cheated in some solar cells after a while, just because I didn't want to stop and make a power system. You can get an upgrade, and I do have some over here. Once I had everything set up and I was getting nichrome, I could make these upgrades, which basically replace solar. Actually, this one doesn't have a solar panel. Okay, so now that's getting. It'll also turn the RF to fill this side as well once you put that in there. That makes it completely RF powered. Yep, see, there it goes. No more fuel is needed. So getting that nichrome was my first goal. So everything could be U12. But not all of them use both. Like this one doesn't use fuel, it just uses RF. And this one was only really using the RF. I mean, only using the fuel. So each one is a little different. I also had to use these evaporation tanks to make salt blocks, which you put in here and you get salt, which you can then put in this guy and get chloride-bearing compounds, which you can put in here to make hydrochloric acid. Yeah, it's
goes on and on and on.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's been fun, but I don't think it's everybody's cup of tea. Let's see. Hello, Tyler. Tag, this is a pack I was starting to put together, and I wanted to see if this Rockhounding mod would be something that would fit, but I think it's a little too overcomplicated. You guys looking at it, you tell me, is this something you'd want to have to build to start in the pack? Hello, Mind of Chaos.
Yeah.
Did you say something, Thor?
I did say yes.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Remember,
you
he's
know me.
pretty masochistic when it comes to this.
Yeah, Thor's like me. He likes this sort of stuff.
The more pipes and the more stuff to figure out, the better.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get the Project Ozone 3 players and stuff, but
Hello, Jeff.
now if you love me, Non, you take this mod and you integrate it with GregTech.
Oh God, that is the ultimate masochism.
That would be like the next stage. Once you use these materials to make the GregTech machines.
All of that for a gear. That's
Yeah.
what
All
One
that
gear.
to get just one gear.
Of course, you don't need more.
that's how Great Tech works.
Hello, Lone Eagle. Hello, Heather. Rockhounding mod is a standalone mod. It's actually in several different parts. This is mostly rockhounding chemistry. There's also rockhounding rocks that adds some extra rocks underground. And it has another one that adds some decorative stuff using those rocks. I don't think you need those for the chemistry. I think the chemistry stands by itself. Hello, Nightline. Alright, well that's about it. That's all I was going to say in this video.
Well, that is horrendous. I have no other words. Just look at it. It's like 2 football fields full of stuff.
But these block models are really, really nice. I mean, look at all the
Oh, I
detail in
agreed.
here.
I think the person who designed it did an excellent job. Comes to that. I just feel like this person, hated somebody and wanted to prove it.
I think it's just a matter of creating something that looks and acts like the way you would really process materials. Now, this isn't the way you'd make brass, which is basically what I'm doing right now. You could make brass in a far more low-tech way, which is what normally is done in Minecraft to make this stuff, but this is sort of like the chemistry way of doing it. And I gotta admit, I do sort of like it. But it took me a while to figure all this out using just the manual. And I'm sure I'm not getting stuff right. I mean, I'm still not using the servers at all, and that might make things easier once I figure them out. And there's a couple setups I haven't made yet, which probably means I don't know how to use them. Metal alloyer. Yeah, I haven't gotten to that one yet. So that's it. Any more questions from the live chat? Hello, Zahir. Have it added to Stone Block 3. Yeah, that would not fit well with Stone Block 3.
No.
You'd have to dig out so much room just to hold it all. Well, if there's a general consensus, both in the live chat and later in the comments, that this would make a good start for a mod pack, let me know, people, and I might keep the design that uses this. Otherwise, I'll make some sort of different start to the mod pack and not use this mod. But now that everyone can see what it entails, you have been warned. And with that, I'm going to call it a end of stream. So thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you, Glitch. Thor, for joining me in chat. And this is Nonsanity signing out. Take care. Be good. See you next time.